These are the only 4 fishing rod brands still building rods on American soil. And one of them isn't the company you probably think of first. St. Croix, the brand that built its entire reputation on being made in America, quietly opened a factory in Mexico. And that changes the conversation about what American-made actually means in the fishing industry. Start with St. Croix, because their story is the reason this video exists. Founded in 1948 in Park Falls, Wisconsin, brothers Bob and Bill Johnson designed the first collapsible, multi-section bamboo fishing rod. They shifted to fiberglass salmon and steelhead rods by 1956, and for decades, St. Croix stood as the gold standard of American rod manufacturing. By 1977, though, the company was on the verge of closing its doors. That's when Gordon Schluter, the former CEO, returned to his northern Wisconsin hometown with one purpose: save the company. He didn't just save it, he bought it, expanded it, and built St. Croix into one of the most respected names in fishing. The Schluter family has owned it for over 45 years now, but that's where things get complicated. St. Croix opened what they call St. Croix South, a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Fresnillo, Mexico, described as a carbon copy of their Wisconsin plant. A significant portion of their lineup now comes out of that Mexican factory, including their mid-priced rods, the Triumph, the Mojo series, Baines X, Icon, and Rio Santo. All designed and engineered in Park Falls, but built in Fresnillo. Their premium lines, Legend, Avid, and Victory, still come out of Wisconsin. To their credit, St. Croix is transparent about it. Every product description on their website tells you whether a rod was made in Wisconsin or Mexico. But when a company markets itself with the tagline, "Best rods on earth," and leans heavily on its American heritage, the Mexico expansion raises a question worth asking. Will they hold their ground with U.S. manufacturing, or will more production slowly shift south? St. Croix describes themselves as a vertically integrated manufacturer, meaning they control every element of design and production. In their own words, they don't rely on anyone else's rod blank designs, manufacturing, or employees. That philosophy hasn't changed. The geography has. So who is still fully committed to building rods in America? Here are the 4. G. Loomis comes first. Gary Loomis was a machinist with a passion for fishing who founded his company in 1982 in Woodland, Washington, and the origin story is almost too perfect. Dissatisfied with the rods available at the time, he customized a fly fishing rod to work with a conventional casting reel. Another angler saw it, offered him $200 for a rod that cost $35 to make, and Gary Loomis realized he had a business. For 15 years, he built G. Loomis into a powerhouse of handcrafted rod manufacturing, then sold the company to Shimano American Corporation in 1997. He stayed on until 2008 before retiring. Today, G. Loomis still builds rods in Woodland, and the process remains stubbornly hands-on. Of the 12 steps required to build a blank, 11 require a human touch, and those steps cannot be automated. That process starts with blank rolling on a steel mandrel, wrapping sheets of IM6 or IM7 graphite prepreg around a tapered steel form to create the rod's core structure. One employee called it a real art, a technical art, and that's exactly why quality rods carry a premium price. Full transparency. G. Loomis sources some components from Shimano factories overseas, including Fuji guides on select models, and certain premium blanks like the Asquith series are rolled in Japan. Not every single piece is American-made, but the core manufacturing, the handcrafting, the assembly, all of that happens in a town of 6,100 people in southwest Washington state. Woodland, Washington is also home to a deal most anglers never hear about: That same small town hosts three major fishing rod manufacturers: Loomis, Lamiglas, and Composite Ventures. One employee called it the Silicon Valley of fishing rods. Combined, these companies employ roughly 200 workers and have turned a quiet Pacific Northwest community into the unlikely epicenter of American rod building. Lamiglas is the second brand, and they have been innovating in rod development since 1949, making them nearly as old as St. Croix. They sit right there in Woodland, alongside Loomis, and they market themselves as the USA Fishing Company, a label that appears prominently on their homepage. But here is the catch. Only about 10 of their most popular models are actually manufactured in their Woodland facility. The rest are produced overseas. Lamiglas absolutely qualifies as an American rod maker, but calling themselves the USA Fishing Company when a significant portion of their lineup is imported feels like a stretch. It is the kind of marketing that invites scrutiny. Kistler Rods is the third brand, and it carries one of the best origin stories in the fishing industry. Trey Kistler grew up in Tomball, Texas, about 35 miles northwest of Houston, obsessed with fishing from childhood. His father, Billy Kistler, co-founded Houston's All-Star Rods, known for off-the-shelf graphite base poles. So, rod building was literally in his blood. Trey didn't go straight into the family trade, though. He enlisted in the Army and served in the Middle East during the Gulf War. By the time he came home in 1991, his father had co-founded yet another rod company called Castaway. Trey eventually found his own path, and by 1999, he was building custom rods out of his garage in Texas. That garage operation became Kistler Custom Fishing Rods, now headquartered in Magnolia, Texas. The numbers tell the story on their own. Over 30 years, Kistler rods have been used to win more than $5 million in tournament prize money, across circuits like the BASS Elite Series and Major League Fishing. The company boasts a 99.5% flawless performance rate, over 9,400 five-star reviews, and since 1999 has donated over $800,000 to conservation efforts nationwide. Every rod is hand-built in Texas. Their newest release, the 2026 Abrams Series, named after the legendary tank, is built with American-made blanks. No outsourcing, no overseas components. The Abrams ships in fast action and moderate fast action configurations. Those are the same action profiles tournament anglers specifically seek out for pitching and finesse techniques. The fourth brand is the one that might actually surprise you: Cashion rods. Founded in 2010 by Dr. Matthew Cashion, it is the youngest company on this list and arguably the most thoroughly American-made of all of them. Dr. Cashion holds a PhD in chemistry with a concentration in polymer science from Virginia Tech, and he brings that scientific rigor to every rod he builds. Cashion designs and rolls their own carbon fiber blanks in-house at their Sanford, North Carolina facility. The same blank rolling process, mandrel and all, that defines the difference between a rod that is assembled in America and one that is truly built here. From the carbon blanks to the grips, every component is built in America by American craftsmen. In March 2024, Cashion released 2 new rods specifically designed for forward-facing sonar techniques, and, true to form, those rods are made entirely in the USA. In an industry where most innovation comes with an asterisk about overseas manufacturing, Cashion is the rare company that can claim 100% domestic production without any caveats at all. So here's where things stand. The fishing rod market hit over $1 billion in 2024, growing at roughly 6% annually, and is projected to reach $1.39 billion by 2030. That's a massive global industry, and the economic pressure to move manufacturing overseas is relentless. Most rod brands sold in America today are built in China, South Korea, or other countries where labor costs run a fraction of what they do stateside. Brands like Daiwa and Abu Garcia, two of the biggest names in fishing, manufacture the vast majority of their rod lineups in China, including major production hubs in Weihai. That's the competitive reality every American rod maker is fighting against. Against that tide, 4 brands are still building rods in America. Cashion and Kistler do it completely. Loomis and Lamiglas do it partially. And St. Croix, the brand that was synonymous with American-made fishing rods for 75 years, now splits its production between Wisconsin and Mexico. That's not necessarily a condemnation. St. Croix's Mexican-built rods still meet high-quality standards, and the company is honest about where each rod is made. But for anglers who care about buying American, the landscape has narrowed. These 4 brands are what's left, and they're worth knowing about.